Hello, celestial beings. It's me, Mel, aka Pocket Mystic, and I am on a mission to make mysticism more accessible and supportive through tarot readings, astrological updates, and guided meditations that fit seamlessly into your schedule. If you listen to the September energetic update, then you know that this is a month to buckle up, or really to loosen your grip. It's probably the best way to prepare. One of the main characters of this month is the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 7th. It's a blood moon, so should be really beautiful. Hopefully you can see it in the sky. But I'm going to be sharing more information on what this means for you, and then we'll have a collective tarot pull to help ground you and prepare you for this major day of release. So the new moon in Virgo on August 23rd was the gateway to this eclipse portal. And then Saturn retrograding back into Pisces on September 1st was like the first shockwave. Since Saturn is the planet of discipline and boundaries, and it had moved into Aries, its retreat into Pisces is giving us a chance to re-examine any boundaries or discipline work that we didn't do here. And then this lunar eclipse in Pisces is coming in as the emotional crescendo, asking us to release and surrender. Now, I keep mentioning eclipse portal, and what the heck is that? Well, it's kind of like the universe's wild card. Hidden truths come to the surface, and they are loud, and they are disruptive, and they are impossible to ignore. It's a time for closing chapters and opening new paths. Eclipse season happens twice a year, usually in March or April, and then again in September or October. And it's the pair of the lunar and the solar eclipse. Sometimes there's a fun third, but we're not talking about that for now. Eclipses always happen near the lunar nodes, which are the north node and the south node. So the north node in your own personal chart points to your destiny, to what you're growing into. And then the south node is what you'll need to release to grow into this destiny. So when we head into the eclipse season, the area of your life that is going to be rocked or be front and center is based on where in your chart the axis it's sitting on is. So in this case of this eclipse season, the nodes are on the Pisces-Virgo axis, with the north node in Pisces and the south node in Virgo. So what's going to be highlighted for you during this time is where you have Pisces and Virgo in your own chart. Now, if you're like, Mel, I do not have any planets or points in either of those signs, well, our chart actually has a placement in every single sign, even if there's not a planet or point there, because each of our houses sits in one of the signs. So you can look to which house is being highlighted here for more insight. For example, Pisces is in my 9th house of education, travel, philosophy, belief systems, and publishing. So with this lunar eclipse in Pisces, where the north node is sitting, those areas of my life will be majorly highlighted. Well, that my own north node is also in Pisces along with my midheaven, but anyway, check your chart for where Pisces and Virgo are to understand where this is going to impact you. And you can also go back through your memory for what was happening around September of last year and what was happening in March of this year, because there was a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 17th, 2024, and there was also a lunar eclipse in March in Virgo. So that will really help you to understand this full eclipse season for you. Now, this eclipse series is going to continue to 2027, so it's kind of good to understand what is going to constantly be addressed in your life, what are going to be the major themes. But let's focus on this year, and specifically the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th. So the themes of this full moon eclipse are going to be all about release, letting go of emotional baggage, illusions, and self-sabotage. Also, heightened intuition. We're in Pisces, the oldest and wisest sign in the zodiac that is deeply connected to intuition and inner knowing. So your dreams, your gut feelings, and your synchronicities will be loud. Pisces is connected to the moon card in tarot, so it's all about the subconscious, the things happening under the surface. And I think it's always good practice to write down your dreams, but especially start now if you're not already doing it, because there's going to be a lot of major insight and understanding for you that will come through that. Another theme during this time is compassion and unity. So Pisces dissolves walls between us, reminding us of our collective soul. Another important theme will be the shadow. Like I said, Pisces is tied to the moon card in tarot. And with the intensity of this energy, you might feel pulled to escapism, avoidance, or numbing. And that is a totally normal response to this time. But the call here is to feel your feelings, to become present with the old patterns and stories that are calling the shots in your life now, so that you can integrate the shadow and find wholeness and freedom. The eclipse portal is bringing us into new beginnings, and we cannot carry yesterday's wounds into tomorrow's world. The full moon eclipse is an amazing time to let the waters of Pisces wash away your fear, your shame, and your false stories. And boy, do I want to use this energy to help that happen in my own life. It's a great time to release what is heavy. The time of dissolving leads us into wholeness. And ultimately, what we are releasing here is going to open us up to a new chapter on September 21st with the solar eclipse in Virgo. Again, look at where Virgo is in your chart to understand what that's highlighting for you. So now, in order to bring grounding while you release, I'm going to do a tarot spread to help you during this time. As always, you can pull these cards for yourself for a more personal understanding, as what I'm pulling is for the collective. So if you do this spread for yourself, card 1 is going to be where your strength lies in chaos, because it's going to be a chaotic time. I'm sorry. Card 2 is going to be what is asking to be released during this portal. And card 3 is what compassion can you give yourself during this time? Okay, so for card 1, where does our strength lie in the chaos is the Lover's card. Our strength is in the action and decisions we take to be in deeper alignment with ourselves. I have personally been working really hard to do this since actually March. So, okay, hello, eclipse portals. But I know how uncomfortable it can feel sometimes to do this work. How it can feel like by choosing our greatest alignment, we're disappointing others. How risky it can feel, and all of the stories that pop up about how we're only loved and safe when we're easygoing or people-pleasing. But when we're not choosing our own internal alignment, we're choosing others' comfort over our own comfort. We are choosing an endless battle of trying to make other people happy when the possibility to satisfy ourselves can be real and true for us. The more we push towards our internal alignment, the safer, the more whole, the more relaxed, and the more magnetic we are. Sure, we might get pushback, and we might have some people who are not interested in being connected to this deeper aligned self, but good riddance. It just makes room for more of what and who we want anyway. And then for card 2, what are we being asked to release during this portal? We have judgment. I think the word judgment always sounds so scary in our culture and our context. But if you look at this card, the angel is sounding the trumpet triumphantly. Try saying that 5 times fast. And everyone is celebrating. It's a time of joy. We are being asked to release our fear of judgment from other people and the self-judgment we engage in as a preemptive measure for this. Like I said with our strength, other people may not like us, but the goal in life is not to be liked. I can't tell you how many times I say that to myself. It is not to avoid judgment or criticism. The goal is to find your own alignment, your own joy, and your own way of connecting and your own way of contributing. It will not be for everyone, and that is okay. Then for card 3, we have what compassion can we give ourselves during this time. And we have the 3 of Cups. So allow yourself to be clothed by the joy, the connection, and the celebration of those in your community who see your authentic self and adore it. Those who encourage you to go deeper into your alignment, who celebrate you as you are, who bring you joy, and who find joy in just your presence without needing anything from you. The release of your fear of judgment and this digging into the strength of the action towards your more aligned self is all meant to bring you more people who find joy in you, who you connect to, and who celebrate your uniqueness. Let the ones you have now help you to believe that there is more of that possible and available to you. And celebrate yourself. Celebrate how far you've come, even if it feels like there's a long way to go. I know this time is going to feel chaotic, and I hope that this tarot spread helps. And again, please feel free to pull it for yourself. And this is a really great time to borrow from somatic grounding techniques to help you stay grounded. So you can look them up on YouTube. If you have a therapist, let them help you during this time. This eclipse is a dissolving, a sacred washing away. But what you release now will clear the space for Virgo's solar eclipse to plant new seeds of structure and purpose later this month. So carry this affirmation with you. I release with grace and trust. I surrender to the flow of the universe, knowing that what is dissolved makes space for what is destined. Until next time, keep shining, keep trusting, and keep weaving your magic into the world.